This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. Now let's talk about it, man. Tyson Fury, you thought you was slick. See, Tyson Fury cannot get himself out of the Deontay Wilder fight. Let me say it again. Tyson Fury cannot get himself out of the Deontay Wilder fight. He's trying to duck Deontay Wilder, but you can't duck the Bronze Bomber. Because this is what people have to understand. There's legalities in place. All Deontay Wilder has to do is file an injunction. Let me say it again. All Deontay Wilder has to do is file an injunction. For those that are legal or legality retarded, an injunction is something that someone files against someone in the court of law because they want to dispute the fact that that person reneged on the negotiation of a contract. In the bylaws of the contract, it strictly states that Tyson Fury cannot get his ass out of this trilogy. The only way that he could basically extend the trilogy, it was like the last time. If you guys recall, the last time, Tyson Fury was able to get those fights in between. You see what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder was able to get those fights in between. He got Luis Ortiz in the rematch. Tyson Fury was able to get Tom Schwartz. He was able to get Otto Wallin. If you guys recall, that's what ended up happening before the second fight ended up happening. This is the only thing that Tyson Fury can do. And it has to be at the whim and it has to be at the permission of Deontay Wilder. Let me say it again. It has to be at the whim and it has to be at the permission of Deontay Wilder. This is why it pays off dividends to be in Al Haymon's corner. Because Al Haymon is a shrewd businessman. Al Haymon is a guy that when it's all said and done and you look at the legalities that's associated with Al Haymon and you look at what Al Haymon brings to the table, you can't fuck Al Haymon over. Because Al Haymon is Sun Tzu, aka Art of War, 7 steps ahead of the game. 48 laws of power on that ass. Shelly Finkel, who is the manager for Deontay Wilder, said they can't do this shit. Because Deontay Wilder holds Tyson Fury's boxing career in his fucking hands. Let me say it again. Deontay Wilder holds Tyson Fury's boxing career in his fucking hands. If Deontay Wilder wants and Tyson Fury tries this fuck shit where he tries to financially duck him to try to get out of contract and say, well, it's on them. Well, hold up. Deontay Wilder didn't afford you an opportunity. Keep that same energy, dog. Let me say it again. Keep that same energy, dog. Deontay Wilder did not afford you an opportunity by him basically allowing you to extend before the second fight. Now the opportunity is, the shoe is on the other foot and he has a reasonable cause. 2020 has been a collapsing year in terms of COVID-19. It has messed up the viability. It has messed up the marketability. It's messed up basically the mega money of what this trilogy is going to be. This is actually the biggest fight in boxing today. The second fight denoted that. So when you see Deontay Wilder, Al Haymon, Shelly Finkel, and that PBC team is moving the way that they're moving, it's not because they're trying to prolong a fight because Deontay Wilder's injured, yada, yada, yada. That's reverse bias, AK detractors, AK panders, telling you some Rudy Poo, plum, classic dope, troglodyte, ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric nonsense. The cold-hearted, the unadulterated, the cutthroat truth-telling fashion is Al Haymon understands economics. He's a true alpha extraordinaire governed by true alpha economics. So he's not going to sit here and watch a fight that could make the potential of ridiculous sums of money in a third fight basically only get 25% of its capital because they want to fight in 2020. No, we're going to extend this shit to 2021, which makes more sense because COVID will be more monitored. There will be more protocols in place and fans will start coming to these arenas, which will make all the sense in the world. This is what it boils down to. Remember, He Knows His Sport told you guys, boxing is a three-pronged monster: economics, politics, and pugilism. Let me say it again. Boxing is a three-pronged monster: economics, politics, and pugilism. So as much as Tyson Fury wants to think that he could duck Deontay Wilder, he actually is at the beck and call of Deontay Wilder, and he has to fucking beg. And if Deontay Wilder chooses to file a legal injunction and push the legal narrative, then Tyson Fury's boxing career is fucked. Deontay Wilder has the power to basically cripple the rest of Tyson Fury's boxing career because he tried to duck him in this trilogy. The trilogy was signed way before the first fight even happened. So it either has to fucking happen or it has to get on an extension and still fucking happen. Nevertheless, it has to happen. So Tyson Fury could quack, 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 fucking duck all he wants. The fight is going to happen nevertheless. Remember, He Knows the Sport was the first one to break this shit to you. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. Tyson Fury, you can duck all you want. You can run. You can hide. But guess what, motherfucker? You still got to come and fight. Because if you don't, Deontay Wilder's going to cripple your boxing career. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.